Hey there, welcome back to this week's episode of the C-Town Podcast, where Seattle business owners, entrepreneurs, and community leaders are invited on to share their stories with us. I'm your host, Christian Harris. This week's episode of the C-Town Podcast is brought to you by C-Town Real Estate. Their mission to make a difference extends beyond just their unique and unconventional approach with their clients and their agents. They partner with the community to give back a percentage of the proceeds from each home sale to a local nonprofit of their client's choice. Visit ctown.com, sea-town.com, and experience the difference with C-Town Real Estate today. I'm very excited to bring a special episode to you this week. The music you hear in the background is by Fly Moon Royalty, one of the many bands that played at the West Seattle Beer and Music Festival on August 23rd and August 24th. We at C-Town Real Estate sponsored the music stage and also had a C-Town podcast booth there in order to hopefully capture some of the stories of local West Seattleites, some of the breweries that are there, and musicians and whatnot. So this episode is going to be some micro interviews and content from that West Seattle Beer and Music Festival. Enjoy. All right, Saturday of the West Seattle Beer and Music Festival. Before it gets too crazy here, I'm going to go around and interview some of the breweries and get kind of the lowdown of what is happening here. So why don't we talk to the owner of Ghost Fish first? Hey, David, you got a minute?
I do.
All right, I'm just doing a little impromptu before the party gets too crazy.
Right on, Christian.
Talking to some of the breweries around here. So you own Ghost Fish?
I am. I'm one of the owners, co-founders of Ghost Fish Brewing Company in SoDo, Seattle.
Excellent. And how long has it been around? 4 or 5 years now?
We are quickly approaching our 5th year. Yeah, we celebrate our 5th year that we actually took possession of the space. In February of 2020 will be our official 5-year anniversary to the public.
That's awesome. Now, don't tell any of the other breweries here, but Ghost Fish is one of my favorites because my wife is gluten intolerant, so we spent a lot of time there. And it was the first place I went where I couldn't tell the beers were gluten-free. And the food is amazing, even though everything's gluten-free, so I love it. I'm a big fan.
Well, certainly keep that a secret, Christian, but I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, that really was the goal from the beginning with Ghost Fish. Let's face it, we live in one of the best beer cities in the world, as far as I'm concerned. If you include our brethren and sisters in Cascadia land and stuff, it's hard to beat what Portland, Seattle, and even Vancouver puts forth and stuff. And so we knew from the beginning that if we were just going to basically put together a gluten-free beer that was better than the rest of gluten-free beers, that's a recipe for disaster and a recipe for getting yourself laughed off of the beer scene. So we needed to really put our heads into this and produce a beer that basically stands up against beer made with gluten, and so that's really what Ghost Fish is about, is just quality beer that happens to be gluten-free. Yeah,
I love it. So keep up what you're doing. What beers are you guys serving here today?
Yeah, so today we brought styles that we normally wouldn't bring to our festival, so we're doing a special. Right now we're in the VIP. We have our Ghost Pepper Saison, which is a true farmhouse-style Saison, brewed with ghost peppers, so a little bit of heat on the backside, and then we've got our Angler Vienna-style lager. Ghost Fish doesn't typically do a lot of lagers, so we're really excited when we roll out these easy drinking but yet very flavorful lagers and kolsch's and things like that. And then the other beer that we have today is our Polar Nights Porter. A lot of big notes of brandy, some smokiness, and then layers of a little bit of vanilla and stuff like that on the backside, aged on oak spires. So you get a lot of flavors going on in that beer.
Yeah, no, it's very tasty. I tried the porter yesterday, so well, thank you for your time. We'll try to have you on for a proper interview, tell the full backstory, but thank you.
Right on. Enjoy the festival, Christian.
Thanks, David. All right, I'm back, and I'm here with Derek, a.k.a. DJ Mr. Moon.
Hello, hello.
All right, so you're spitting for us a little later today, and kind of the glue that keeps this.
Yeah, going. Absolutely. Just gonna be out here playing some music between the bands, and they give me my own little set, but it's just kind of pulling everything together, making sure the beer keeps flowing, keep people interested and partying. So, looking forward to it. I love it. It's my 2nd year doing it, and it's a fun time. It's just a great event for our neighborhood. So I love being a part of it.
Yeah, no, I love it too. So it's also great you live here in West Seattle, and I've caught you over at what was the pizza place?
Oh, the Supreme, yes, Supreme. That's every month. I do the first Thursdays there, and all of the DJs there were all kind of connected. So every Thursday night you can come out, grab a slice, have a beer, hear some pretty good tunes. Yeah, so I really enjoy doing that. I mean, it's just being in the neighborhood, trying to give some other options, like just some different sounds without having to go like downtown or like out of the neighborhood. That's just what we envision, just having more cool things to do in the neighborhood. And hey, hopefully it's starting to like gel and met out right now. So, yep.
So if people want to hear your music or hear where you're playing next, what's the best place for them to go?
You can check out Instagram, Mr. D Moon, or it's the same thing on Mixcloud, D Moon, or check out dj.dmoon.co. And you can hear everything and get connected with me. Come out, get some free music, some mixes to play around the house. I sort them out by mood, so you can find what mood you're trying to achieve, and let me establish a key for you.
Well, thank you very much, Derek. Appreciate taking the time.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me.
You're now enjoying the fine melodies of the Seattle band Willow. Excuse me. That was a good set. I'm Christian. How you doing?
Hi, Christian. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. So, what was your name?
My name is Bob Lovelace.
Bob Lovelace. Excellent. So, how did Willow get started? Tell me.
I started Willow because I do a lot of like touring work and playing work.
Okay.
But like when it comes down to it, I'm just a deadhead hippie.
Okay, nice.
I love playing reggae. I love playing jazz. I love everything I love. Mm-hmm. But then I love expressing myself in that form. Okay. So I wanted to write songs and play them live how I feel, and that's what Willow's about.
Okay. Love it. So is the band members kind of morph as you do live sets, or do you guys do studio projects?
Well, when in the studio, I do work, and I work with my friend Dion Pacey from the East Coast. He plays drums and guitar, so that way it's just me and him in the studio. I use Falana Goodrich, and she'll sing for me. But then live, I have my friend John Ewing and Mark Little from Johnny and the Moles, and we grew up since I was 9. They were the guys who put a guitar in my hand. So live, I have a band that expresses it live.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. How did you get roped into the West Seattle Beer and Music Festival?
I played here last year with Marmalade. I played here yesterday with Marmalade.
Okay, gotcha.
And then they said they needed something for the morning, and that's more my thing. Okay. It's just playing and jamming.
Awesome. Yeah, I interviewed the guys from Marmalade yesterday, and they're amazing guys. So I love just the eclecticness, of them and the improv. I was talking to my wife the other day. I'm like, where did all the rock music go and the funk and the improv? It's hard to find, in the mainstream world these days.
Well, I've been playing improv and rock for 30 years, so I don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell you where it went. I'm right here.
Okay, good. No, that's awesome. So, if people want to hear your music, follow you, see where you're playing next, what's the best way to do that?
Probably go to the massive of Facebook. Just look up Willow with a capital W, and we're going to be September 11th, 9/11 at the Sea Monster, and 9/17 we're at the Royal Room with Christy and Steve Smith from the Seattle Drum School and McTuff opening up.
Okay, excellent. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's great meeting you. Excellent. So I'm here with, remind me your name?
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith of the Seattle Drum School, the very well known. So you just got off the stage with Willow. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about. The Seattle Drum School has been around for a long time, and you're still playing music, obviously. So what's kind of your backstory?
Pardon me?
What's kind of your backstory a little bit?
Started the school in 1986. Moved over here after going to school in Ellensburg. Started with just drums, and within a year we had a bass, and a year after that we had guitars. So it's like a music school.
Okay.
Now it's been evolving for a long time. Just amazing players that work there. Okay. That they just sort of found their way to us, which is a miracle to me.
Yeah.
And still growing. We have about 550 students
oh my goodness.
right now.
How many instructors then?
30.
Okay.
30 teachers.
Some would say that's
approximately.
substantial. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're surrounded by some of the best musicians in Seattle, and that's super inspiring. And and it's a very strong, loving community. Some people refer to it as family, which I totally get. But I've always played music. I mean, I wouldn't be a teacher if I wasn't first a player.
Sure.
My wife is an amazing musician. I'm sunstroke. She's her name's Christy. She's got a children's album. That's more of a family album that's coming out in a few months. And great singer-songwriter. She sits in with my band of 350s that play every second, fourth Tuesday at the Blue Moon in the U District. She is worth the price of admission, which is free. She's worth more than that, I guess. But and then I play with a band called Denny Blaine from time to time. It's a vocal duo. Guys who used to be in a band called the Yanks from San Francisco that you probably don't remember because you're too young. But they're great. Yeah. Play with them in Tacoma tonight. 350s is sort of like my main gig. We had a band with my wife and those three players, us three players, back in the late 90s. I had a record deal, went through all that fun turmoil.
Oh yeah.
It was good. I don't regret any of it. We got through it. We had to hit Macedonia.
Okay.
That's our big plan.
Nice. So is playing multiple sets a day or a weekend pretty standard for you? Or?
This is rare. 2 gigs in the same day. But I love to play. To me that's a good day.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with these kind of players.
Sure. I mean, running a business is very challenging. I'm sure that if it's not driven by your passion, it's only going to last so long. So it's great that you have that joy. So.
I love it. I get to look forward to going to work every day of my life. And we have an amazing staff. We have amazing admins. I don't really do a whole lot anymore other than show up and teach, which is a blessing.
Sure. Now, where for those who don't know, where are you guys physically located?
We have one in Lake City, just off 100. It's on Lake City Way, actually, about at 130th, roughly. And we have one in Georgetown on South Bailey, just off the on-ramp to I-5 from Michigan.
Excellent. That's awesome. So I mean, you've been doing the Seattle Drum School for a long time. What's kind of next for you? Just kind of maintain the business, continue jamming, continue playing in your bands?
Yeah, maintain the business for sure. My wife's got a record and a book. It's amazing. That's coming out, and I have a book that I've been writing for 30 years that seems to be getting some excitement. It's about my teaching method. I've taught some pretty famous drummers over the years. Lucky me. That's a big deal. It's called Keys to the City, the name of the book. And
where are people going to be able to pick that up at?
Hopefully at all the local stores. We've got some interest from some publishing companies that are interested in putting it out, and I have friends that teach at Berkeley who are also very interested in it, and they, we'll see. It'll be self-published at first, probably. Grassroots marketing. But I've taught 4,000 people over the years, so hopefully if one or two of them will want to pick up the book.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. So. So if someone wants to connect with you or find out more about the drum school, what's the best way to do that?
Just call either the branch, 206-364-8815. That's the Lake City branch. 206-763-9700 is the Georgetown. I'll go to our website, seattledrumschool.com. That's a sure bet. All that information is on that.
Okay, excellent. Well, I appreciate taking a few minutes here in the midst of the warm, festive beer fest.
Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
Yep, nice to meet you. Right.
You gonna do him today?
Anytime.
You gonna get on this podcast?
What's up, man?
What's happening? How you doing? Oh, okay. How's it going, man?
Good. Remind me your name again.
Donald Watts.
Donald Watts. Excellent.
Yeah.
You just get here, or you been here for a while?
Just got here. Just did the little run, stretching out. Trying to cool down.
Yeah.
It's a lot of exercise for me
I
today.
know. Some might call it a warm-up, but for some, it's a run. Yeah. Excellent. Now, what's your role in this? I mean, I remember meeting you kind of planning meeting for this, and
Yeah. Just good friend of Joe Geno's, right? Care about the community. The food bank is a great cause.
Yeah.
He asked me to come out, so I'm here.
Awesome.
I'm not a big beer drinker because I'm gluten free.
Okay.
But they have
Have you
options
tried
for us gluten free.
Yeah, Ghost Fish. Yeah.
Ghost Fish is a place that I frequent.
Yeah.
I love their fish and chips. They got some mac and cheese over there that's slamming. It's not. I don't think they have it here today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go to Ghost Fish quite a lot. So between the cider and Ghost Fish, I'll be spending a lot of time there today.
Yeah, exactly. Have you tried their porter yet?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
My wife's gluten-free too, so we spend a fair amount of time down there.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
But excellent.
Absolutely. So you just covering it here today?
Just covering it. Yesterday I kind of stayed behind the booth. Today I'm getting out and about a little bit, kind of hearing some people's stories, and do some micro episodes. So
there we go.
All right.
I gotta get on the podcast with you one day, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
For real.
Yep. So all right. Well, thanks for the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you.
So the second annual West Seattle Beer and Music Festival is complete. It's over. I thought it was a success, Joe. What do you think?
Well, Christian, it's very simple. They came, they saw, they drank a lot of beer. Period. Super successful. And in year 2, we had a great turnout. Everybody had a good time, good music, good dance, good drinks. I mean, the community came together to really support the food bank in so many ways. It was a great time. I can't wait till year 3. Put in the books. It's done. But year 3 is going to be announced here soon. The dates are coming, so get ready. Because West Seattle Beer Festival is only going to get bigger and better.
Excellent. Well, Joe, I appreciate you putting on such a great community event and allowing Seatown Real Estate to be part of that community event. So can't wait for next year.
You're more than welcome, Christian. If it's not for folks like you being involved with this festival doesn't go anywhere, and we really appreciate what you have done, all the things you're doing going forward. And hey, let's get ready, man. West Seattle Beer and Music Festival, music stage sponsored by who?
Seatown Real Estate.
Let's get ready, folks. See you next year, 2020.
See you next year.
That wraps up this week's episode. Make sure to check out our guest website, pay them a visit, and help spread the word about what they are doing. If you have any questions, know someone who should be a guest on here, or has a great story worth sharing, email me at christianharris@seatown.com. That's sea-town.com. I would also love it if you would go to iTunes and give us a review and a nice 5-star rating. We work hard to bring on great guests and provide exceptional content, and getting a review from you is one way to help the podcast rank well in iTunes so others can find and enjoy the show. You can also find out more about me, how my real estate brokerage is breaking the mold and making a difference in our Seattle communities, and other projects I'm working on by visiting seatown.com, sea-town.com. Thanks for listening. The music for our podcast is courtesy of The Fascination Movement. You can find their albums in the iTunes Store. You can also listen to more episodes and find all our show notes on our website at seatownpodcast.com. This has been a Seatown Media production.